Welcome to JSA TV and JSA Podcasts, the newsroom for tech and telecom professionals. I'm Barb Mitchel, coming to you today from PTC 2022. And joining me today is Phillip Marangella, CMO of EdgeConneX. Pleasure to have you, as always.
Thanks, Barb.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
So we're here, we're live, we're in PTC. Tell us what's it like for you this year? It's good to be back.
Yeah, it is, certainly. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen, with Omicron, but, got the booster, and there's quite a QR code process getting here, but glad to finally make it. Yeah.
It's good though, right? Making it safe for everyone. And I think that I know that you've been busy and lots of meetings happening.
I think everybody's happy to be back in Hawaii. So it's certainly good to be back after being locked up for so long.
Right. Hopefully it's an indication of where things are going.
Absolutely.
We'll be more and more in person, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell us about what's happening at EdgeConneX. I think that some new investments and global expansion. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I mean, since we last talked, I was talking with Jamie 2 years ago here. It's been a busy 2 years. We were acquired during that time. And then having by EQT, it's a Swedish infrastructure fund, and having that new partner, that new backer has really accelerated our growth. So last year has been crazy. We started the year in February with a big joint venture in India. When formed a company called the EdgeConneX, and we looked to build out a national data center platform across India. Bookend that at the end of the year in China. So we invested in a data center operator called Chayora. Those are both massive markets, each in their own right. So did that. And then in between, we did an acquisition in Israel. We expanded into Barcelona, expanded into Brussels, expanded in South America. And so it was an absolute crazy year. And it was COVID, right? So doing all that in 2021 was no small feat, but certainly busy. Yeah. But it was great. It was fun, and kind of the global edge has kind of been our mantra this past year.
Yeah, amazing that you've been able to keep all of that in motion with everything that's been happening around the world and do it globally.
Yeah.
And a lot of our viewers, I think, know, of course, EdgeConneX. You're not new to our conversations, but and I think people know that you build and support data centers from edge to hyperscale and across the spectrum. But tell us, I think you have another mission that maybe we could talk about today, customers, people, planet mission. Talk about that and why it's so important to your view as a company, but how you fit within the industry as a whole.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, our underlying mission is keeping it simple, right? And it's, if you take care of your customers, you take care of your people, and lastly, if you take care of the planet, everything else should, by and large, sort itself out, right? And it sounds, very kind of simple and trite, but you unpack that a bit, right? And listening to your customers, giving them what they want, where they want, when they want, that's not rocket science, right? And that's what's been our secret to our success in many respects. If we're not making the customer come to where we are, we're listening to them, and it's that hyper local edge data center or that hyperscale data center and anything in between, and really giving the products and the solutions that best meet their needs, so then they can best meet their customers' needs in return. All the while focusing on the people of EdgeConneX, right? We have a very robust and rich diversity inclusion program. We look to, we've been rapidly, expanding and hiring over the past year to support this tremendous growth, and creating this culture and this framework to, grow out, because that's essential. They're supporting the customers, so you want a happy employee base. And most recently, we started adding, not only throughout the organization, also on the leadership team. We have a new chief strategy officer, a new head for innovation, a new leader in Asia, also kind of focused on supporting our customers. So that's vital. vital. And then lastly, and it's kind of the wrapper on it all, is the sustainability efforts, right? Taking care of our planet, making sure how we build is done in a extremely sustainable way, right? And that's not just carbon, that's water, right? That's materials, that's everything that goes into the data center. Thinking about it from a sustainable way. Start tracking it, start reporting on it, and start innovating on it in terms of how we build and operate. And again, it's kind of this Venn diagram. You do that supports our customers as well, right? Because that's now becoming table stakes. So you can see the why customers, people, and planet, it's all interrelated, and they all kind of build upon each other to kind of allow us to kind of deliver the best kind of global data center solution around the world.
It's so honestly impressive and exciting, to watch how you've just been exploding with growth, but doing it, with a real eye to your corporate values and in a meaningful way and actually living them. Yeah. So it's not just words, you're actually doing all of this, and it's refreshing and great to see. And so tell us what next. We've sort of, a lot's been happening over the last couple of years you've been mentioning, but talk about 2022 and beyond.
Yeah, no rest, right? Pedal to the metal. We continue, obviously, to integrate the acquisitions we did last year, expand also those in terms of investing in them and going to new markets in India and China and elsewhere. But this year, you will continue to see that global edge expansion, right? Asia has been a big focus last year. It will continue to be a focus this year. More markets, more dots on the map. Latin America as well is certainly a growth area for us, and kind of scaling out our footprint there, not only where we have it, but into new markets. And then EMEA as well. We continue to build out capacity across the way there. Again, getting back to the sustainability thing is also investing in the technologies, the innovations, thinking about power differently, right? And partnerships around renewable energy, renewable sources, solar, wind, hydro, all these kind of things are what we're trying to innovate on. This is in particular something we're doing in India with our partner with Adani. They are the largest solar manufacturer and provider in India, and being able to integrate that into our offering is really differentiating us. And so using that kind of proof point and use case, replicating that in other markets and other locales around the world are things that we're looking to further expand upon and build out in 2022. So important, such important work, and so great that you're doing this in parallel. You've enough on your plate, but you're also, taking all of, a really important view at how you do it, and carefully and thoughtfully embarking on that. So, Phillip, thank you so much for joining us today. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. So, and
we miss Jamie. I know she didn't make the trip, but always a pleasure to see you guys at JSA, and appreciate everything you do to help us, in terms of our global expansion.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. We're honored. We're honored to be part of it with you. And so thank you. And thank you, viewers, for tuning in to JSA TV and JSA podcasts. Happy networking.